Hello, Ash Rose. Hello, Liang. Daisy. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sunday evening. Happy Sunday evening to you all. Hello. So now that you guys are coming on, what I'm going to do is try to adjust my, hey girl, try to adjust my, my camera so you guys can see me well. I go through this every week because there's, hey Sharon, there's just no way for me to know until I'm on the scope. Let me try it this way. Hello and welcome. Hi Ashleen. Hi Sharon. Okay. I think I like that lady. Cool, cool. And Shy Curls, what's your name? Hi Donna. Hi Erica. Hi Rhonda from North Carolina. And hi XOXO. What's your first name, girl? Hello, hello, hello. Hi. And remember, you guys can give me your first names just so I can address you. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Whew. We made it. We made it to the beginning of another week. Hi, Fran. Hi, Kina. And all the way from South Texas. What's your name, my friend? What's your first name? Hello and welcome to the Scope. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, so as many of you may know, thank you, may know a couple of things about me today. Number one, I went to see the movie War Room. So how many of my friends on the Scope tonight actually saw the War Room since it's been out? I don't know how widely publicized it is, but a lot of my friends had seen it. Sean loved that cut. Thank you, Sean. Have any of you seen the War Room, the movie? Love the War Room. What's your first name, Nat? What's your first name? Not yet. I don't know how much longer it's going to be in theaters. They tried to, actually they had to extend the screening at the movie theater where I went. Oh my goodness, ladies, it's so good. Hi Tina, it's so good. I don't know if you can tell, can you tell I've been crying? Oh my gosh, that movie had me crying. Yeah, excellent movie. You saw it, Sean? Had me in tears so many times. I'm like, I'm trying not to run my eyes here. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, lovely movie. Lovely movie. So how is everyone tonight? Thank you. Thank you for the compliment of my hair. How is everyone doing this evening? You're doing hearts good? You're doing hearts good? And so how many of you were actually able to, not sure how to send hearts? Oh, what you do is you just tap the screen. Just tap, tap, tap. And then the hearts will come up on the right-hand side. And try to tap on the right side. You good so far, Fran? Hey, now, Fran, are you scoping? Are you doing a periscope? Because I've seen, I think I saw a video on Wonder Curl's Instagram page that you did showing off your do. So I want to see you on Periscope. I'd love to see you chatting up on Periscope. Yes, you just tap the screen. Hello, all the way from Raleigh. What is your first name? Frozen. All right, Justin. Cool. Thanks for joining. So yeah, how many of you I want to talk about a couple of things. Let me first introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, no, I have never done one. I'm looking forward to seeing when you do a Periscope. I'll follow you. Make sure I want to see when you do a Periscope. You and P. Jackstone, Patricia, I would love to see you guys scope. Let's see. We're going to do the block party. Okay. So, a couple of things. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abena Palmore. Oh, Donna, so it means I need to follow you. Hang on, I'm going to follow Donna right now. Let me see. Let's see. Follow. Okay. So now I'm following you, Donna. So when you do a scope, I'll get the notification. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I think that's Tina, if I'm correct. So yes, let me introduce myself to you. For those of you who don't know, my name is Abena Palmore. Yeah. You want me to follow you? Smooth beam. Okay, I need to know who you are first, because I don't just follow just anybody. Are you into natural hair? So my name is Abena Palmore. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, a natural hair specialist, and I also work with those who are transitioning from relaxed to natural. I have a couple of you on here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I work in a salon in the Bronx, New York, where I live in the Bronx, New York. The name of the salon is the Gifted Hair Clinic. It's located at 3511-1 Boston Road. It's at the corner of East Chester. It's very near to Co-op City. And for those of you who are familiar with the New York area, it is the northern part of the Bronx, which is near West Chester. So I'm in the salon on Tuesdays through Saturdays, and I'm off on Sundays and Mondays. So you can find me, book an appointment with me via styleseat.com/Abena Palmore. So that's styleseat.com/ABENAPALMORE. And you can make your appointments with me so I can work with you and your hair directly. And if you're not going to come into the salon, you can also find me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Embrace Natural Beauty, where I share simple tips and techniques that have been helpful to me in my own natural hair journey, which has been literally 4 years, that has helped me to maintain my hair, to keep it in good condition and retain length, which has been my goal. And I want that for all of my viewers and for all of my followers, so that you too may maintain your hair, keep it in good condition, and retain length if that's your goal, so that you enjoy your hair and embrace natural beauty of your own. So that's my YouTube channel, Embrace Natural Beauty. Also on Facebook, Embrace Natural Beauty. And my Instagram is Embrace_Natural_Beauty. And you can find me here on Periscope and on Twitter at Embrace, capital letter N for Natural Beauty. So that's Embrace and Beauty. So I hope you will look at me or look for me on all my social media platforms where you may have an account, and we can stay connected. So that's me in a nutshell. And as you have noticed, oh, thank you so much, Tina. That's exactly perfect. That's how you can book an appointment with me at styleseat.com/Abena Palmore. Thank you so much, Tina. And so as I had shared with you all, you know, my goal for the past 4 years has been to retain length, and I have done that very well, so that I can teach you all, you know, these simple tips for how you can manage your hair, keep it in good condition, because there's so many tips out there that can lead you in a direction that may not necessarily be helpful for your hair. It can actually be the reverse. And so what I like to do is I like to keep things simple. Last week on the scope, we talked about spritzing, and a lot of you said you were spritzing and you were finding that your hair was, you know, becoming frizzy. And a number of us also shared that we don't spritz because of that reason. And so some of you said, well, I'm going to stop spritzing because it's just making my hair frizzy. And so I'd like to know, since you've stopped spritzing, if there are any of you on the scope today, have you noticed a difference in your moisture retention because you've stopped? Yeah, because you've stopped. Because I like to focus on getting moisture in on day one. Just like when you water your plants, I usually water my plants maybe every 5 days. I don't spritz my plant every day. Yes, less frizz. Good. Yeah, I don't spritz my plant, you know, every day. I water my plant at least, you know, every 5 to 7 days, depending on how thirsty my plant is. It starts to loop, you know, if it's not getting enough moisture or if it doesn't have enough water in it. And so the same thing with our hair. If we're just putting a little bit of water in our hair, then we're going to constantly be putting a little bit of water in our hair, and it's still really never going to be, you know, moisturized. If you do it well on wash day, literally when we're washing our hair, when we're cleansing our hair with a shampoo, removing any buildup, removing and lifting, and then adding the conditioner, the moisture is going to get in when you're cleaning your hair. That is when the moisture gets in, when you're cleaning your hair. And then when you condition your hair, what you're doing is you're smoothing down that cuticle, and it actually gives your hair that conditioning feel of smoothness and softness. That's why it's called conditioner. So your shampoo is it's not supposed to leave your hair feeling nice and soft. That's what your conditioner does. And that's why they work together. So you really need your shampoo, you really need to clean your hair, clean your scalp in order to get adequate amounts of moisture. And then you follow up with your regimen by having a conditioner and then your leave-in conditioner or your moisturizer and then something to seal with. I was one of them, oh my, used to only get one day, made it through day 2, and then rain here in North Carolina. Yeah, if it rains, you get a lot of moisture in the air, which then swells your cuticle and makes your hair all frizzy as well. Oh, cool. Okay. Someone just sent me a message on Twitter. I just got the notification. So yeah, there's so many different ways that our hair can become frizzy, and so making sure that we moisturize our hair on wash day, and then making sure that we seal it in with the proper method. A lot of people use the lock method. For those of you who are not familiar with it, what did I miss? We just started, girl. I did my introduction, and I got into I don't even know how I got into this, but I started talking about simple tips, and one of the most simple things about, not spritzing our hair because it was causing frizz was something we talked about last week. So then I went on to talk about cleansing and conditioning and just, having a regimen that's going to make sure that you get moisture in on wash day, and then you're sealing it in with your product application. Okay, so that's where you came in at. And so with that said, we're just making sure that we're keeping the moisture in. Now we're moving into the cooler months, in which case I like to add more oil to my regimen. I'm not a real oil person. You're welcome. I'm not a real oil person. I didn't start using oil until maybe the 3rd year. Which shampoo do you use? I liked your advice for Low-Po Naturals to use sulfates. Thank you, thank you. I actually had shared with a number of you in my video on YouTube. I shared a video called Shampoos and Conditioners. And in that video, it's about 10 minutes long. I know that's light for me. I share with you what my staple had been for nearly 4 years. It's an Aveda product. It's the Damage Remedy line. It incorporates in the name Damage Remedy. It's essentially maintenance. I like to do preventive maintenance on my hair. Will this be on YouTube? Hi, Fanita Smith. Yes, what I'm trying to do is, after we do the live broadcast and I give you all an opportunity to ask questions, for those who are not able to get on the broadcast, I like to upload on YouTube. Unfortunately, I ran into an issue with one of my scopes because of the length of the scope. I wasn't able to capture it on my device, and so I wasn't able to upload last Sunday. So I'm hoping, if we're able to, if it doesn't go too long, if it's not necessary to go too long, maybe I'll be able to upload it. What do you use? I tend to get contact dermatitis without oils, so I can't use them. So I do use, Aveda Damage Remedy. Like I said, it's more of a preventive maintenance type of shampoo conditioner line because it does include a good amount of protein. For those of you who can't use certain shampoos, there are a lot of, hi Pat, there are a lot of shampoos, on the market, and I certainly have not tested them all out, but I did list and I did show you all of the shampoos and conditioners that I chose to use, and I explained to you why I use them either for myself or for my clients. We'll talk about how I feel about Shea Moisture products. If I don't remember, just remind me, okay? Because I'm trying to stay on the topic and finish the thought. So for those of you who have not seen, on my YouTube channel, please go to my YouTube channel. I put together a very nice video about shampoos and conditioners that shows you, which shampoos I've chose to use throughout the last 4 years on either myself or my clients. And then I also explained to you what my approach is for how I select. I'm gonna look at the different comments after I finish this thought. I share with you how I choose the shampoos and conditioners, why I chose them, and then the criteria selection that I use for choosing them, because I look at ingredients and it became so exhausting having to know all these different ingredients every time you try to pick out a shampoo or conditioner. And so these tips you can also translate to other things that you purchase for your hair, such as your moisturizers, your gels, or anything that you use on your hair. So hey Patricia, welcome from Memphis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'd like you to check out that video. It's going to give you a lot of information, and it lists like I think about either 14 or 18 different shampoos and conditioners. So please check that out on my YouTube channel. embrace natural beauty, and it should be very helpful for you. I'm also going to try and update that with some more information that I've been looking into. As it comes to me, I'll try and update that for you. You're very welcome. So there were a couple questions, and there was something I wanted to talk to you guys about. Since those of you who know, that video was very helpful. Yeah, thank you, Donna. For those of you who know, I did get a haircut earlier this week. How many of you watched that Periscope broadcast? Donna, I know you were there. Okay, and I think that's Tina. All right, cool. A number of you were there. So yeah, this is it. This is my hair. And so now you want to know something that's funny. I was not looking to cut all this hair off. And it was my intro to you. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, I was like, when I got home, I was like, oh, I don't have that much hair anymore. I got my first Diva cut on Thursday. Wow. And so it was so funny because I'm like, what I wanted to talk about is a lovely cut. It really is a gorgeous cut. The only thing is, I was not looking to cut, my hair short because I've been on a length journey, But, some of my hair is still long, some of the pieces. But, but I got some short pieces in here now. And afterwards, it was such a nice cut, and the way Vincenzo, the stylist who did my Diva cut, who did a tremendous job. When he was cutting my hair, those of you who watched the broadcast, he's just very fascinating to watch. He's very quick. He knows what he's doing. He has a great eye, great vision, and he really gave me a beautiful cut. But at the end of the day, I was just like, oh, but I didn't really want to lose any length. We didn't discuss how I can retain my length and still get this gorgeous cut. So, so what I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit and touch on today is I know a lot of you, go for a trim and have been traumatized by getting a cut. I know, right? As she says, it's so pretty though. I wondered about the amount he cut as well. Yeah, girl, I have some short pieces. My hair has been pretty much, the same length all over. So from any point, actually this has been cut. But at any point, that's cut a little bit. But at any point, I could pull my hair out and it would pretty much be the same length from point to point because the first cut, the last cut I had before this one this week was when I was 8 months natural, and that was a round layer. So what a round layer cut does, for those of you who don't know, who just joined, I'm a natural hairstylist, I'm a licensed, hairstylist. When we do a round cut, what it is essentially is the same length over your entire head. So at any point you pull your hair, it's going to be the same length. So at that time, my hair was probably this long because I've always had my hair cut straight. That's another thing. The cut that I had on Wednesday of last week, and it's last week now, the cut that I had on Wednesday was the first time my hair has been cut in its natural curl. Me recently never had hair that's shoulder length. It's always been longer. So you know how I feel, Donna. He was going to town with those scissors, but looked so good on you. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. Yeah, so my only cut since I had been natural was when I was 8 months natural. So my hair was probably about that long, and it was just round all over. So it was the same length at any point. So at any point, if I pulled my hair, it was going to be the same length, right? I think, yeah, so I guess, pretty much long all over. So now I actually can reach into my hair and find some short pieces. Now you can see how much shrinkage I have. So I'm trying to find some of these pieces that are small. I got some long pieces. I know they're in there somewhere. I thought you had the discussion about you were looking for. No, so that's the thing. So what happened was I had been training with Vincenzo. He is a certified Diva Cut stylist. So you get a certification. He has actually encouraged me, to go for my Diva Cut certification as well, which I'm planning to do later this month. But in the meantime, I've been studying with him. So we were chatting it up. Thank you, Patricia. We were chatting it up. I got to the salon. I had breakfast. We hung out. We chatted. But we didn't talk about what we going to do with my hair. So when I sat down, I sat down in the chair, had the cape on and everything, and then as he picked up the shears, I was like, okay, so I normally get my hair trimmed, and I said 1/4 inch, and I showed you guys in the video before, I said what I usually trim off is, like that one curl every 4 months. This is how much I would trim. And as I said that to him, he was like, yeah, we'll see. And I was like, is he think I'm joking? And so after it was done, I was like, okay, I guess he did think I was joking, because he did cut, more than 1/4 inch. And I was totally like watching and sitting there, and I'm like, when I watched the video, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I could totally have said, wait a minute, hold on, I'm serious. Just 1/4 inch. And so, but I didn't. And so what I wanted to express to you all is that whenever you go, no matter what, you're going with your friends, whoever's doing your hair, when you, are in that chair, girl, that is the golden rule, yeah. When you're in that chair, it's your hair, end of the day. You could be a master stylist, you could be wonderful, and he is absolutely all that. But at the end of the day, it's your hair. So what I want you to do, this is my advice to you, whenever you go to a natural stylist or someone who's not a natural stylist, you really want to make sure that you're on the same page with how much you want, cut, because once it's cut, it's gone. There's no getting that back. It's the same thing with color. I would say cut and color are two things you want to spend the most time in consultation about. And so, I was like, I did not express myself enough, and I could have stopped the service at any point, but, I allowed everything to take place that took place. So everything was on me, and it's my hair. But if you are really, concerned about someone overcutting your hair when you go for a trim, because I've had people in my chair who are traumatized, and I say to them, please breathe. You're in good hands. I'm going to show you how much I believe needs to be trimmed before I put the scissors in your hair. So you know that whenever you go to get your hair trimmed, even if you've had a traumatizing experience where someone has cut too much of your hair, understand that it's your hair, and you can always stop the service. You can always say, I don't want that much cut off. If you see them cut and like a foot comes off your hair, just say, okay, you got that lock. All right. That's all. That's all you're going to get. And then you can, you can just stop the service. But what I like to do is I like to show the person how much I'm going to cut. And so essentially what you could do when you go in there, you can say, I'm planning to only have this much taken off. And if they disagree with that assessment, if they say, well, we really need to cut off this much because of the condition of your hair, if they show you, then if you agree, only if you agree, should they cut it off, because it's your hair. So, I just wanted to tell you guys that you don't have to be traumatized. I still want you guys to go to professionals. Everyone is not your stylist, or you can find a stylist that is going to gel with you. You just have to express yourself. When it comes to colors and cuts, it's really up to you to express yourself and let people know, what's important to you. Like I, sat in that chair and I forgot what's important to me is length retention, because I want to be able to show you all what taking good care of your hair can do. And, having my hair as a model is, something that I have been doing for all this time. And so, anyone have any questions about that? Anything about questions about trimming, about Diva Cut, about cutting, or anything like that? Because I'd like to be able to speak to that. Oh, look, I'm playing in my hair because I know I'm going to wash it tomorrow. What is a Diva Cut? And I was traumatized when I did the big chop, but at the end of the day, I was trying to start fresh. Okay, so you were traumatized when you did the big chop, but you knew you were going to do it. Are hairdressing products natural? Um, um, it depends on the products. Depends on the products. And someone asked me, what is the Diva Cut? If you haven't had a chance to, please go on my YouTube channel. Thank you, Rhonda. Please go on my YouTube channel, Embrace Natural Beauty. The last video that it's uploaded on my channel is called My First Diva Cut with Vincenzo Stylist. And on there you will see the Diva Cut actually being performed on my hair. And essentially what it is your hair is being cut one curl at a time. And so I'm not really sure how I can answer you, because I think you're coming from a different place as far as what is natural. On this forum, I'm talking to people who are, wearing their hair in its natural state. And a lot of people do wear their hair in its natural state, but for us in particular, it's a movement, because it's something that we have not done for most generations. And so this is natural for us. We're no longer wearing our hair with chemical relaxers. Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm trying to be sensitive to the fact that, this is Periscope, so people can come in from different countries, and so they may not know exactly. And I do have it in the title, natural hair. And for some people who are not like us, they don't know what that means. I asked the stylist to cut out the damage. I just didn't expect it to be as much damage. Again, I like to, thank you, Rhonda. Again, I like to let people know how much damage I've found. I don't just, cut it away just because it's damaged. Because again, first of all, it's their hair. I recommend that you get rid of damaged hair, because what's going to happen is it's going to cause more damage. But I just feel like it's important to get someone's buy-in and to get someone's permission before you cut their hair, even though it's the best thing for them. You don't want to traumatize someone. You don't want to now make the person feel like I can't go to a professional and get my hair cut because they don't respect me. You don't want to give that impression at all. You don't want to leave people feeling like they can't go to professionals when they absolutely need us. So that's important. So when I only had an inch of hair on my head, I started balding. I would be balding too. And did you discuss your cut with him after he finished? Dollhouse. I actually, this is funny. I actually did not get a chance to talk to him in depth because he got pulled away into a meeting. And so, I looked at the tape over and over again, and not all stylists feel this way. That's a part of what makes you awesome. Thank you, girl. So no, I haven't talked with him. Were you in agreement with the stylist that was scoping earlier today, busting natural hair mix? Girl, I was loving that scope. Did you not see my responses? I saw her before. She did a scope on, I think she did it on co-washing, and I was like, big up, big up, big up, because it's so true. I have found that I'm allergic to most gels. What can I use instead? Okay, let's get to that in just a moment. Let me just touch on this, what Rhonda had asked me about. That scope earlier today, for any of you who saw, Taryn Guy had shared a Periscope. What scope was it that I want to see? Yeah, check the replay from Taryn Guy. There were so many comments. Yes, there was. It was flying. Yeah, I had put a couple of comments in there too, because I'd seen her hairstylist speak, I think it was maybe over a week ago, and I had wanted to catch the replay. Yeah, you missed it, but you can go on to Taryn Guy's Periscope and get the replay. It still has several hours because it was aired earlier today. Absolutely, take a look at that. I love what she's saying, because we as stylists, when we talk, just a few of us, Taryn Guy, T-A-R-E-N, Guy. Yeah, you got it. That's the way you spell it. So go on her Periscope and get that replay. It's so good that if we can stand together and reiterate, because if you hear it enough from professionals, then you'll know to take it seriously, because it's unfortunate. She shared and busted a lot of men laughing aloud. Absolutely, Rhonda. It's so important, because we're getting and sharing so much information in the natural hair community from people who are just, working with their own hair, or just surrounded by others who are doing similar things, and they get this sense that this is the best way to go about it. This is the approach to use, just because this is what they learned from someone else. But when you hear a professional stylist explain to you, this is what's actually happening when you're avoiding shampooing your hair and just using conditioner to so-called cleanse your hair, and the conditioner is only designed to soften and smooth your hair. It's not designed to cleanse your hair, and it should not be used on your scalp. You're not supposed to put conditioner on your scalp. So if you are bypassing using shampoo and if you're putting conditioner on your scalp, it was easy to receive from a professional that is natural. Absolutely, absolutely. If you are putting conditioner on your scalp, then what you're doing is now you're clogging up your follicles, which is going to be more damaging for hair growth. It's going to actually slow down, you know, or cause the hairs that's coming out of the follicles to now be clogged and causing more issues and more conditions for you. Avoiding shampoos just because your hair feels a certain way is not the best answer. There are other shampoos you can use other than those that are potentially drying your hair out, which I still have a hard time believing. So now Rhonda's asking me, do I recommend a particular shampoo? And I had shared, and Carol's daughter, co-wash is bad for you. I'm not into co-wash. I'm so not into co-washing. I like shampoo, and I like shampoo with sulfate because I like for it to do what it's supposed to do, and it's to cleanse. I stunted my hair for a whole year, not cleansing it, just co-washing. Never again. That's right. That's right. I agree with that. You want to use, you know, oh, let me answer this question. Let me answer this question. You had asked me what shampoos and conditioners, or what shampoos did I recommend. And I shared earlier, I do have a video on my YouTube channel. It's called Shampoos and Conditioners. And on that video, I share with you a whole list, like maybe 18, maybe even 20 shampoos and conditioners that I've used on either my hair or on my client's hair. My hair doesn't feel clean if I don't shampoo it. Yeah, I agree. So I want you, for anyone who wants to know what shampoos and conditioners I recommend, I do have them up on my channel. The name of the video is Shampoos and Conditioners. And my channel, for those of you who don't know, is Embrace Natural Beauty on YouTube. Embrace Natural Beauty. And it's spelled in the title of this scope. I will check it out. Thanks, Savannah. You're very welcome. Check out the shampoos and conditioners on YouTube. Has a list of 22 shampoos. Exactly, exactly. And I also want you to know that's not an exhaustive list. You know, I don't typically try a lot of products. If I have something that's working well, then I tend to be loyal to it. Is there such a thing as over conditioning your hair? It becomes over conditioning if you're not doing the proper order of cleansing it first. And that's what that co-washing thing is about. So if you're just using conditioner on your hair, but you're never giving your hair the shampoo that it needs, then you're not cleansing your hair. This is my first time on Periscope, and you are amazing. Well, thank you so much for the compliment, my dear, and please share with us your first name so I can address you directly. So yeah, someone had asked me a moment ago, what do I think about water-only washing? I believe the person who put that out there isn't she? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Debbie, for giving me your name. So for those of you who may have seen who that person is on YouTube that does the water-only washing, I think a lot of that has to do with your body composition, your genetics, and your lifestyle. I saw a little bit of her lifestyle. She's a very Puritan type of person, very like organic, everything in her diet, like mostly, I think she does a raw food diet if I'm correct. So just a lot of things in her lifestyle is very organic. If you are a person who's eating like processed foods, if your diet is not quite what hers is and your body composition, you're going to have a different result with water-only washing. So it's not just the topical stuff that you're putting on your hair that now you're just using water to rinse off. It also has to do with what's going on in your body. So I then put a light conditioner while I wash deep when I get out and put the leave-in on. Okay, so then tell me, what is your question? Because it sounds like you're doing the right things. You're doing shampoo and then conditioner and then leave-in. That sounds fine. It also sounds like you're doing a deep condition. So let me know what your question is, and I'd be happy to answer. So when it comes to water-only washing, and just like with anything, you can have people who, like, this is another thing. Just because your hair looks similar to someone else's texture and it may not respond to the products the same way. A lot of it has to do with, again, your genetics and your diet. Some people have medical conditions that have not been diagnosed, that they're not even aware of, and so their hair is responding to what's physically taking place, you know, in their body, their body's composition. Because I handle so many different textures, and one thing that stands out to me the most is porosity. So you can have low porosity hair, which is, you know, the way that we're born, and you can have high porosity hair. And they tend to have similar characteristics in the way that they behave when you're cleansing and when you're conditioning and when you're styling. But there's some low porosity hair that I've come across that responds differently from other low porosity hair. So a lot of that has to do with the person's genetics, their body's composition, and their diet. Today I tried an oil rinse with hemp oil. However, my hair was rough. Do you think that's due to the oil? So I've never heard of oil rinsing with hemp. Is that too much? Because I was told that by doing 3 types of conditioner on wash day, it's bad. So I actually had thought about that at a moment. With conditioning, at one point I was like, my hair's always been well maintained the entire time I've been natural, and I've always done the conditioner, the regular rinse out conditioner. I've always done deep conditioning, and then I've always done leave-in conditioner. So I said to myself at one point, I'm like, I wonder if I'm over conditioning my hair. And so I tried to cut down, you know, like maybe just use my regular conditioner and just deep condition with that, which you can't really do, because if there's no oils in there, then you're not really getting, you know, as much penetration. It's just sitting on top. So I did that for a little bit, and then I went back to it. The way to really determine if something is good or bad for you is to isolate it. So if you're doing all of these things and you try to cut out and over time monitor the results, that will let you know if you're getting a more favorable outcome, then you stick with that change that you just made. So I tried to make adjustments very simple. Like if you were using an entire product line and you decide to swap one thing out for another, then you will be able to see what that one thing did in your regimen to make a difference, either good or bad. But if you change an entire, you know, grouping, then you're just going to be like, okay, maybe my hair doesn't like Shea Moisture products. You know, but it could just be one of those items within that product line that your hair didn't agree with. So that reminded me that someone had asked me, what do I think about Shea Moisture products? For my research, there is a different in terminology when it comes to conditioner wash. Oh, that's right, Patricia. Do you do conditioner washing? I know you're a curly girl method, and you had said to me that your hair has always, you know, been moist and you have had no problems with it. So you're welcome to share about that. But I am so totally for shampooing and cleansing your hair. Now I lost my train of thought. I was talking about Shea Moisture products, right? So Shea Moisture has so many products. Dry deep conditioning. What do I think about dry deep conditioning? I've never heard of dry deep conditioning. Not sure if I'm misunderstanding you. And cleansing conditioner. I don't use conditioner to wash, but I use cleansing conditioner that. Yeah. You know what, Patricia? I'm wondering if this cleansing conditioner is actually a conditioner that has gentle sulfates, and they're using that phrase to get you because they know that so many people are trying to avoid shampoo. But if you look at the ingredients, it very well may have some sulfates in there. Has cleansing agents that are mild rather than harsh on my curls. Yeah, take a look at those ingredients. Yeah, there was a question about dry deep conditioning, but I'm not sure what they mean by that. Please describe that for me. And deep conditioning before shampooing is something that I do. Hi, Jada. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So yeah, what I was saying about the Shea Moisture products is I actually like a lot of Shea Moisture products. They have a lot. I haven't tried them all. I do have a number of them. I have access to a number of them, so I do have an opportunity to try. Yeah, I do love I do that. I love the results. What do you do, Rhonda, that you love the results? Share. They're having a conversation amongst themselves, just so you know. But that's okay. She's going to let us know. And Patricia, take a look at your conditioning cleanser. Dry deep conditioning is deep conditioning prior to washing. Oh, well, then that's something that I do. Deep conditioning before shampooing is dry conditioning. Yes. Well, I wouldn't call it, Rhonda, I wouldn't call that dry deep conditioning. Yes, dry before shampooing is basically pre-pooing. No, they're not. No, they're not. Essentially, okay, so this is what I do. I actually do like to deep condition before I shampoo. And the reason why I do that is because I get a lot of the conditioner seeps down to my scalp, and I notice that it builds up, like it lands closer to the edges, and then I get all these, you know, bits and pieces of product that are stuck to my scalp, and it's irritating. It makes me, you know, it makes me want to dig into my scalp, and if you dig into your scalp to pull these pieces out, which I'm doing right now, then you're actually you're aggravating your scalp. It's not good. So I need to take my fingers out. That's why I like to deep condition, you know, before I shampoo, because then I get to remove all of that product that was sitting on my hair, you know, for 30 minutes, and then, you know, it's getting onto my scalp. There's no way that you can deep condition, you know, with a processing cap under a hooded dryer or steamer and the product not get onto your scalp. So for me, it's irritable. So I like to do that first, then shampoo, and then condition. That's me. That's me. I'm not saying you have to do that. And so it's not essentially a pre-pooing because my battery is running low. It's not pre-pooing because when people pre-poo, they do it in order to make it easier to work with their hair. Like they'll use an oil for detangling and get the oils on there. From my understanding, a lot of people use coconut oil. Thank you. I do the same. Okay, you do the deep conditioning before your shampoo like me? You're like me? Yeah, so I tried pre-pooing to see if it would benefit me. I wash my hair, Daisy. I wash my hair every week. I wash my hair every Monday, so tomorrow is wash day for me. I tried pre-pooing with that coconut oil and doing the detangling and all that stuff. And what happened was it took me twice as long to detangle, so I chose not to do that. I have done that. I wasn't sure if it was effective. Yeah, everything does not work the same way for everyone, but see what works for you. You know, if for some people pre-pooing really does work, and so I say, well, keep doing it, because if it helps to cut down on your detangling time, that's half the battle, because we know detangling is a big part of the wash day. For me, I'm trying to get my detangling down to maybe 20 minutes. I would love to. It's right now maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Oh, thank you. I do not use heat when I deep condition. Never saw the point in it. Okay, so let me share with you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for requesting more hearts. Let me share with you. So when you deep condition, what you're trying to do is get deeper penetration of the oils. The heat helps your hair to expand and actually open up to receive more of the oil. So that's the whole purpose of deep conditioning with heat. And so if you don't have access to a hooded dryer or a steamer, you can simply put on a processing cap. See if I have one. Yeah, plastic cap like this. You just simply put one of these on, and I'm not going to do it completely, but you know, put your hair all in here. And what's going to happen is you're going to generate some heat from your head, and keep that in there. So you'll get a little bit of heat if you do the cap, and you'll get even more. Do you use any feta, going, butters, motions? Makes a nice one. No, I don't use that. So if you do the cap, and if you don't have the hooded dryer or anything like that, you can also use a damp towel. Put that into your microwave, heat that up for maybe a minute, and then put that on top of your head with the processing cap so you get more heat. So there's a couple of ways that you can get heat to your hair, but definitely use heat because that way you're going to get more penetration of the product. That's what I use, the cap. I used to just use, Fran, I used to just use the cap for a long time. I didn't deep condition that much. And I just, because of my low porosity hair, started deep conditioning more. That should have been detangling butters. Oh, okay. And so Daisy is saying she uses the cap also. Yeah, I don't use detangling butters. What I tend to use is my conditioner to detangle my hair, and it works really well. It's just I'm very, very gentle with my hair. Oh wow, thanks for the hot towel idea. You're very welcome. Yeah, I am extra gentle with my hair and with my clients. I'm just that way. Heat for us low-po girls is, you said it girl, it's a must. Reasons for fairy knots? Well, fairy knots, I would say, happen because you have loose hairs. Now we're shedding every day anywhere from 50 to 100 hairs. So if your hair is shedding and it comes loose and you got all this hair in here, it'll start to wrap around, you know, another hair or a bunch of hair, and then you get knots and tangles. So that's why it's recommended that you wash and condition your hair every week, so that way you're actually going through your hair, because you're not going to comb your hair when it's dry. You shouldn't. And then also trimming your hair on a regular basis, so that way you're not getting those split ends or a lot of breakage that then causes those single strand knots because they're getting loose and wrapping around. So you're saying, Double Heart says, I use the cap. How long should I keep it on? I keep it on all day, then I rinse out at night. Excuse me for just a moment. So how often or how long you should keep that cap on? Probably no more than anywhere between 15 minutes to 30 minutes. After that, the benefits of it has dissipated. How do you know when to trim? Okay, so for trimming, I like to recommend that you just do it systematically. You don't want to wait until your hair is so raggedy that it's starting to split. Because once it starts to split, then you're creating, you know, more breakage, because it's going to split from, you know, from the ends and go all the way up to the root, and then it's going to become one of those loose hairs in your hair and causing those tangles. So what I was telling you all before I got my cut, and I showed you in one of my videos, you know, I'll just take, you know, typically a curl would be about 1/4 inch of my hair. I don't know if you can see that. And that's all I would cut every 3 or 4 months. And if you do that systematically and you're making sure that all of your ends are fresh after a 3 or 4 month period, then you're always going to have healthy ends. Gorgeous cut, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I am loving my hair. Yeah, so you really, I finally demanded that my hair stylist trim my hair. You finally demanded that? What were you doing before? Now you're demanding it. Trimming is so important, and systematically. Like I said, do not wait until your ends are extremely raggedy. They're going to get worn, especially these ends. They're, number one, they're old. They're the oldest portions of your hair. And then they're always touching things. Like before I got this cut, oh my gosh, when I would put my jacket on, my scarf on, my pocketbook, anything on my shoulders, no matter how much I tried to go like this to move the hair out of the way first and then put my bag on, I could never get my bag to my hair, to my shoulder fast enough, and I would catch a whole bunch of hairs. So the ends of your hair are always, you know, gonna get more, there's more access to them, because you see the other hairs are kind of in there. So the ends are going to have, you know, more access to something causing more damage. Not sure if you remember, but my stylist kept putting it. No, your stylist kept putting off you getting a trim. Wow. Wow. That's almost unheard of. Your stylist should want to give you a trim knowing that you need fresh ends. Everyone needs fresh ends. And I've grown my hair very healthy and long for 4 years, getting it trimmed every 3 to 4 months. So by systematically, you mean monthly, bi-monthly, seasonally. Okay, so there are different recommendations. One that I'm going to hold fast to is 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 months. Some people may say a little bit shorter in between. I'm good with 3 or 4 months. That's what has worked for me. And some stylists will say, do it in season. I'm just going to stick with that. 3 or 4 months at most. Some people may go longer, but this is what I've done, and it's worked very well for me. And I encourage you all to do it before it gets raggedy. Yes, said that it was not time. I had my hair trimmed since January. Oh, you were the one who got the color and then hadn't had it cut since January. Have you worn wash and go the whole time you've been natural? I started wearing wash and go in June of 2012, which is when I was 8 months natural, and I've been wearing wash and go ever since. I have done a couple of braid outs and twist outs for fun earlier this year. Prior to that, it was all wash and go. And I totally, love doing the wash and go. It's a wonderful way to ensure that you're getting moisture to the hair. And especially someone like my hair type, I have about 45% of my hair is low porosity, and with a portion of it being extremely low porosity. So the dry time when I'm just air drying my hair with wash and go could take about 15 hours. How does a 4C girl do a wash and go? I'll show you in just a moment. So let me just finish explaining to this person who wants to know about my wash and go, that's all I wear. To do a braid out or a twist out, I like my hair to be nice and moist. So I don't do it on dry hair, I do it on wet hair because I want to retain as much moisture as possible. And so if I were to do a braid out or a twist out, I need to keep my hair in the twist or in the braid for at least 2 days for the lowest porosity portion of my hair to have time to dry. And I don't always have time to do that. I'm not walking around with twists or braids in my hair, going somewhere. So I would only do that in the wintertime when I can get away with it. So that's my answer to that question. Now, a 4C girl, if you can, I want you to look on my Instagram. I actually have a client who would be considered, someone says I pin mine up. I don't like to use pins in my hair. I like my hair loose. I don't like anything restricting it. I don't like any friction on my hair. I don't like any tension on my hair. All of those things tend to add more wear and tear to your hair, which essentially leads to chips and splits and breaks in the cuticle layer, which is your protective layer. So I like to leave my hair free. I don't like to twist it up too much. I don't like to manipulate it too much. My wash and go is a very low manipulation style. I don't do any retwisting in between. I, keep it like this, and I keep it very moist on wash day. I don't fluff it out, but my hair gradually fluffs out throughout the week, and that's just been, my way of doing the wash and go. And so with the wash and go for the 4C girl, so true. That's why I only do wash and goes, is what Patricia says. Yee. So for the 4C girls, I actually did do a wash and go on a client that I put on my Instagram. And if you will ask me that comment on this Periscope reminder that I have on my Instagram, so that way I can see your Instagram tag, I will tag you in the photo that I have of my client with the 4C hair. You're going to look at it and someone else said, that's not 4C hair, because you're looking at the finished result. And then so I'll show you the before as well. So please make sure, the person who asked me about the 4C girls doing a wash and go, make sure that you go onto my Instagram tonight and ask me to show you, doing it now, ask me to show you the 4C girl, and then I'll tag you in that image. All right, so it is getting late, and I love you all, but I want to make sure I can upload this video on YouTube, and if it gets too much longer, I won't be able to store it on this device. If I could only do a wash and go. Fran, yes you can. You need to do a scope. You need to do a scope, and I want to be on there when you do your scope. So my Instagram is Embrace Natural Beauty with underscores. So it's embrace_natural_beauty. I need a good leave-in. Okay, check out my YouTube channel. I show you all the leave-ins that I've used. I've used probably 3 or 4. But the best moisturizer right now that I can recommend to you is Wonder Curl Butter Than Love Pudding. It's the most moisturizing leave-in moisturizer I have come across since I've been natural. Michelle, just letting you know your advice on the spritzing worked. Yay! I did no spritzing this week. Yay! Very, very good, very good. So ladies, I love you all. Like I said, I do need to I want to go only because I don't want to lose this video. I want to be able to upload it on YouTube for the other followers. Okay, so again, you can find me on Facebook at Embrace Natural Beauty. You can find me on YouTube. My channel is Embrace Natural Beauty. And you can find me on Instagram at Embrace_Natural_Beauty. Thank you for using my code, and I'm glad you got your discount as well. And then for those of you who want to come into the salon, I'm at Gifted Hair Clinic in the Bronx, 3511-1 Boston Road, corner of Eastchester, and near the Bronx, near Co-op City, near Westchester. And you can also book your appointment with me on styleseat.com/Abena Palmore. And thank you all. I hope to be able to put this up on YouTube. Have a great evening and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Love you. Take care.